Hey folks, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. Just want to say a huge shout out to everyone watching this. If you guys want to support me even more with videos like this, you can leave a thanks or become a member for the club. No pressure, no anything, just something to give me some more motivation to keep making these videos. But all right, we're gonna hop in and do this rear brake pad change. So I've seen a lot of different methods online. I've tried a bunch and failed a bunch. And doing the manual way is just not how it goes. So right here I have some EBC Blue Stuff NDX from FCP Euro. I already did the other side. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it on here. So things you're gonna need, of course, are some brake pads, jack to get the car up, a OBD2 link port scanner. I have the MX Plus one, I believe, and then I just bought Bimmerlink. So Bimmerlink's important because it allows you to put the brakes into the service mode. Every try I've tried to get around that is the most jank and bad way, and it keeps biting me, so I don't do that. But of course, like anything, we're gonna have to get this off the car. But another tool you're gonna need is a 17mm little wrench here, guy, to hold a nut while we ratchet it with a 13mm socket. So there's 2 bolts in the back we're gonna have to undo. We'll go there. I have this other tool that makes things a lot easier, which is just this guy to go on and off, and it can save you some time. But that's really all you need. And then something to hold the caliper a little bit in the air. This works for me. A paint bucket or anything will do. So I'm gonna try to rush here and get this wheel off, and then we can continue with the thing. Once you have the app, you're gonna connect. I'll show you guys what you have to do. Right now I already have it in there just for the sake of time. So we go to the Bimmerlink app, we connect. You connect with your OBD scanner. Right now it's not letting me do that. Let me try. So TLDR, let's see if this works. Perfect. Okay, so I'm connecting now. First, you want to make sure the car is up and safe and it's not going to roll, and then you could disengage the parking brake in the back. And then on this app here with Bimmerlink, you have the parking mode. So I already activated it, so it should be unlocked, but you want to make sure that you activate the service mode, and then it'll retract the pistons in the back, and we're good to go. So that's really all you need, software wires and stuff, to get that done. Before, like I said, I was doing it the most jank way of trying to manually like wind back the machine and everything. It's just not good. So good thing I do is I always kind of crack the torque on these guys, so I don't have to make this guy go crazy, and we'll just take it off. See, so it's really easy. I have a little stool too that helps. Of course, having a lift makes life a lot easier, but I do just well with this. We're gonna take the wheel off. My Hankook RS4s are getting pretty low, but it's all right. We have my other set that I will be throwing on momentarily. We'll put that here. Take this spacer off because we're not gonna be needing it. And we are good for the next step. So now, here are the 2 bolts I'm talking about. I'll try to have as much light as I can, but there's one here on the bottom. I like to crack them initially with this wrench. It's already tighty. So I'm gonna go in the back here and give a little, now let's loose it. Okay, so we've just broke it loose, and as you notice here, there's this inner nut that keeps it from rotating. I'm just gonna break both sides, and then I'll put the tool on and hold it, and we'll get it there. This socket just barely reaches. I don't know if it's a 3/8, but yeah, it just barely makes it. So just enough space here to get there. Definitely want to get comfortable in here because it is not a easy spot to get to. Oh wow, so that was enough pressure to actually break this guy. It's a little concerning. All right, so once that's off, here I have the same thing. So this is righty. We'll switch off to righty. This is a release. So we have this guy here, the 17mm. I'm gonna hold it on this retaining nut, which is not what I grabbed there. This retaining nut here. Cool. Place it on here. And then we'll remove the bolt. I'm not gonna completely take it out yet because that's all what is holding this guy in the air. Let me get another bite on this one. Okay. Put my little ratcheter guy here. Okay, so now it's off. It's gonna be suspending in the air now, so just wanna be careful. Place my little paint bucket guy here. Take this out and it should plop off as such. So we're gonna put this guy here. The screws are in it still. You don't have to fully take it out, should be okay. So I'm gonna take out the old brake pads. Voila, still some decent meat on both sides. And don't forget the wing spot goes in the back. This is for the parking sensor. If you see my other video, I removed that because I just don't care and don't want to keep buying these and getting yelled at with the car, so it's fine. Go in the back and just slot it in. Just needs a little convincing. Boom. So now it's in there. Move to the front here. These come with these little backing plates. I think they're just meant to like stop with the noise or something, but it can be a little annoying to put on. Let's see. Okay, there's 1, 2, boom. So there the ears are in. It's in place. I want to make sure it's even with the spot. So the piston is retracted, so I could push it in a little bit. Okay, should be just enough room. Screw fell, but that's not a problem. And then we'll slip this guy back on. As such. So these little like spring perches might block the way. So if you push them in a little bit, it'll massage it in place. Boom. So we're good to go. Take the screw out, line it up, place it back in, catch a thread, and we'll do the same on the other side, and then we lock it back in. So once it's good and tight, we should be okay. I believe these are aluminum little fasteners and stuff, so I think you're technically supposed to replace them, you know, every so often, but I'm stupid. Don't listen to me with stuff. Definitely take the extra time and place to do that. So as you see here, I'm tightening it. Same deal with that screw. You're gonna have to hold it down and move that. Take these off because it's a pain. But now we'll move on to tighten. We'll hold this guy a bit and we'll torque it down. So you don't want to go too crazy until you get kind of both sides done, because it will move. Okay. Yeah, so once those guys are in like that, I like to just torque it down, snug it good, in tight. Still spinning because we did the bottom, do the top a bit more. All the torque we'll get for that guy. And then we'll just tighten it a little more. One, and the bottom. Okay, so it's good and tight. Yeah, like worst case, like I said, with this retaining screw, it should not fall off in theory, but that's all it takes to do that. So I'm gonna put this other wheel on, slap it back, and we should be good to go. That's all you need for that brake service. Thankfully, it's not too hard when you have the right software and tools to do it. All right, so I just put the rear wheel back on. Now we're gonna go back into Bimmerlink here and make sure we turn back on the service mode. Connect. Now connecting. Yeah, be very careful pressing like any brake buttons and stuff while it's in this mode. Just don't want to mess things up. Parking brake, deactivate service mode, deactivate. Hear the pistons retracting now. Cool, it's been deactivated. Please apply the foot brake and check parking brake. Beautiful. All right, guys, so that is a full parking brake service or rear parking brake service. I hope you guys learned something. Definitely plenty of fun figuring out the first couple times without doing it the proper way. I'd say this is definitely the proper way of doing it, especially with deactivating that rear parking brake. So yeah, then again, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate it. If you tried a different way, let me know as well. I hope this was helpful at all. If you guys like this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel so much. And I'll have everything linked down below if you want. I'll try to do some affiliate stuff for me there to help me get a little pushback. But overall, this car is great. I have a track day coming up this weekend, so that's why I'm getting this done. And yeah, like I said, any questions or anything, please let me know down below. I'm always here to help, happy to help. And let me know if you want me to do any other DIYs for the channel. But other than that, just want to say thank you so much. Stay tuned for my future videos at Feroz Moto. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Feroz Moto out.